The following is an unpaid public service announcement brought to you by milk, yogurt, cream, butter, ice cream, cheese, bread, pancakes, cereal, soup, candy, cookies, sauces, drinks, bakeries, and more. When I was growing up, we didn't really have things like lactose intolerance, gluten-free, peanut allergies, or anything like that. I ate cereal for breakfast basically every morning. Unfortunately, before I'd leave for school, my stomach would hurt. My parents would always ask if I was nervous, or did I have a test coming up. I may have been a little nervous, but not stomachache-worthy nervousness. This was the 80s, so how did I spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S. Yes, I brought a pack with me to school every day, just in case. Many years passed, and little did I know, but my food life was about to change. I'll never forget the day I figured out why I was getting all the stomach aches. Around 1997 or so, I was eating a burger. It was pretty heavy on the cheese and mayo. About 10 minutes after I was done, my stomach started hurting, so I blamed it on the burger. My roommate said, "You're full of shit. It doesn't happen that fast. It takes at least 12 to 24 hours for that food to settle. It must have been something you ate earlier." Light bulb moment. I had recently gotten my first Windows-based computer, and having started hearing about lactose intolerance, I decided to look it up. It was then that my biggest fear was realized. 2 to 3 different sites said the same thing. Lactose intolerance is an incurable disease. Ugh. Upon my new discovery, I started paying attention to see what the culprit really was. It wasn't too hard to figure out that it was pretty much lactose everything. Without going into too much detail, let's just say I'm not the healthiest eater you'll ever meet. But I couldn't go without my lactose intake, so I cut one of the biggies, ice cream. I started taking lactate pills on the regular. In fact, too regular. The bottle said take 2 pills before eating as necessary. Well, I still ate what I wanted, so 10 pills were necessary. Obviously, me or my wallet couldn't and shouldn't be doing this. And then it happened. Around 2005 or so, I had a friend who started swelling up at work, so they rushed her to the hospital. Turned out, she suddenly became allergic to almost every food. They slowly introduced foods back to her while trying to discover what foods exactly were causing this. She could only eat what they told her to, which wasn't much. For example, one week she could only eat kiwi. After a couple months of this, she decided she couldn't take it anymore. She looked into other methods and found an acupuncture allergy specialist nearby, and right away she was able to start eating different kinds of food again. She asked them if they can fix lactose intolerance, and they said yes. Acupuncture, huh? You mean there are things out there other than Western medicine? Who would have thunked it? I scheduled a 1-hour appointment, which was the policy for all first-time patients. It was 30 minutes thereafter. When I sat down, she asked me what I wanted out of this. I said, "I want to eat ice cream again." She said, "Okay, give me 2 sessions." The first half hour was spent testing me to see what I was allergic to. Sure enough, dairies, sugars, and actually a lot more. In fact, chocolate and caffeine were on the list, so I knew if this worked, I'd be back for a 3rd session. The second half hour was the treatment itself. Didn't hurt a bit, and the time flew by pretty fast. For this treatment, you needed to avoid coming into contact with any foods you were treated for the next 25 hours. So, in my case, basically everything I ate. Of the things I do eat, I was able to find French fries, meat with no sauce or seasonings, and fruit. So, I ate French fries for lunch, and then had plain chicken with strawberries for dinner. Yum. So delicious. I waited the 25 hours, started eating normal foods again, and went back to the acupuncturist a couple days later, already feeling a little different. I did the second treatment for lactose intolerance, waited the 25 hours, and then headed to Dairy Queen for a test run. Bam! Ice cream never felt better. I was so excited I wanted to bathe in it. Since then, I've had no lactose issues whatsoever and can drink regular milk again, ice cream, and all the lactose I want. As I mentioned earlier, I did go back and get a few more things taken care of, just in case. Because of my issues, I was able to spot my 5-year-old daughter's lactose intolerance early, so I brought her in to get fixed up. And what do you know? It worked again. Since then, my stepmother went to the same place and had her cat allergy taken care of. So now you know that can be done. The moral of the story: don't let your limiting beliefs hold you back. You can't be afraid to try new things and learn new ways. No matter how hard or painful it is, you can overcome it.
Do you need a voiceover artist?
This is just the beginning. Come check me out at www.craiglevinvo.com.
Thanks for watching.